Well, hello, my friend. Tony Stewart here. And as promised, I want to give you my review, my no spoiler review of Black Panther Wakanda Forever. You know, this movie has had a lot of press. I mean, obviously, it did well at the box office last weekend. So, and I've heard two very diametrically opposed things about how people felt about the movie. And again, this is my take on it. I welcome you to share your take below if you agree or if you disagree. So let's dig in, shall we? Number one, the movie is quite a journey. A lot of emotions in it. Obviously, with the passing of Chadwick Boseman, there's his shadow hangs heavy over the whole movie. Now, this is a superhero movie, mind you. And it's a 3-hour superhero movie. Let me point that out first. It's a 3-hour superhero movie. And one of the things I think is that the movie could have cut out probably an hour without losing anything. There's definitely parts in the movie where the movie just kind of goes slowly. And the worst thing a movie can do, and this actually happened to me, the worst thing it was, during a Marvel movie, I checked my watch. Now, you know that's not necessarily a good thing. However, I will say that the acting is incredible by some of the people. Angela Bassett, she should get an Oscar award for the regal strength that she brings to the role. So some of the acting on there was just incredible. Now, some wasn't, and you'll know what I mean when you see it, if you see it. But they did a great tribute to him at Chadwick Boseman at the beginning. And then they had a great tribute to him at the end with a little bit of a twist that sets up future movies. And my complaint with this movie is that a lot of the things that are in this movie are setups for new properties coming later, like the fact that Ironheart's in it, and that's a setup for a Disney Plus movie that everyone knows is coming. There's no spoiler there. These things are kind of setups, but you want something to actually happen in the movie. And so I can't give it like this raving thing. Now, I will say this. In terms of Phase 4, a Phase 4, which I believe that was garbage compared to Phase 1, 2, and 3, which ended with Spider-Man No Way Home, which was right after Endgame. This movie is probably one of the two best things that come out of Phase 4. I think a better movie as a superhero movie is Spider-Man No Way Home. So I'm sorry, I was thinking about Homecoming before. But Spider-Man No Way Home, I think, is a better movie from a superhero standpoint than this movie. It's hard to follow sometimes in terms of who you should be, who's the real protagonist of the movie. I think you'll see that. There's no real, in Black Panther, the first one, it was Black Panther. And you saw him go and he had his people that he's working with. Well, now the people that he was working with are the folks who were the peripherals, if you will, in the first movie. So you kind of see more of them, but you don't see that single protagonist who moves the story along. So, would I recommend you go see it? Yeah, I'd say you see it in the theater maybe one time. I'm not going to see it a second time as I've done with so many different Marvel movies. I'll wait till it comes on Disney Plus to watch it for the second time. But again, I think they did what they could with what they had to work with. And so that being said, what's the success tip? Well, the success tip has to do with a book that came out by Dennis Waitley years ago called The Double Win. Stephen Covey talks about it from the standpoint of one of the 7 steps of highly effective people is to synergize. Look for win-win scenarios. Some of the things in this movie could have been avoided if there was a mindset on win-win scenarios. And at the end, that's kind of what saves the day. So you'll know what I mean when you see that movie. But when you're interacting with people in your affairs, in your business, making things happen, look for what's good for not only you, but look what's good for them. And find those ways that you can synergize and have great things happen so no one has to lose. As Dennis Waitley says in his book, you can truly have the double win. Well, that's it for this week, my friends. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, mixed. Some people think, hey, Chadwick Boseman should have been recast. They should have got another Black Panther in there. I heard his family even said that. They did what they could, I believe, with keeping Chadwick Boseman as the Black Panther. Again, I'd see it one time. Remember, it's 3 hours long. There's nothing after the final credits, unlike a lot of Marvel movies, but there is something pivotal in the mid-credits. So you want to stay for that. You'll know what I mean. It's a little bit of a twist. And like I said, as a lot of things in this movie, it sets up future movies. Have a great one. Be blessed. Make this week a masterpiece. And I'll talk to you next time.